Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to episode 29 of C.C.O Complete Client Overview. Today we are reviewing the Impact client for Minecraft 1.17.1. This episode is brought to you by my members. If you would like to get your skin and name in a video, be sure to join now for as little as $0.6 a month. Huge shout out to everyone that voted. Don't forget to use the link in the description to choose what client I review next. There's also a link to my Discord server where you can chat with other people in the community or get client configs and enter client giveaways. As I'm sure most of you already know, Impact is a free and semi-open source client that can be found on its own custom website, impactclient.net. What I mean by semi-open source is that the client itself is closed source, but the client's installer is open source. Their homepage is filled with a lot of helpful information on installing and using Impact. The layout is a little messy in my opinion, but with that being said, it is very easy to navigate and understand. They have a link to their Discord, but unfortunately their server was terminated a few months ago for violating Discord's TOS. To download the client, you need to select either the Windows installer or the non-Windows installer for Mac or Linux. If you are on Windows, you will likely be greeted with a smart screen assistant. While this may seem sketchy, the installer is open source and 100% safe to use. To get past the Windows smart screen, you need to click on the More Info and then click Accept. You can then continue with the installer as per usual. The devs state that people experiencing issues with the Windows installer can try the non-Windows installer jar file, but this is not recommended. While Impact does offer its users some PvP modules, the client itself is definitely more focused on utility modules. Crystal Aura. The Crystal Aura module works but is nowhere near as fast or powerful as some of the other PvP clients I have reviewed. Auto Totem. Again, this module works but it cannot be used in place of an offhand module, which is something Impact lacks. Kill Aura. This module actually works really well. There are a lot of settings and the module is reliable. Criticals. This module makes all of your hits critical hits. This module works really well, but it sometimes lags when used through blocks. Auto Weapon. This module will automatically switch to the most effective weapon for PvP. This can be useful to save time for lazy players. Hunt. This module automatically follows enemy players and attacks them. This only works on minigame servers and not with modules like Crystal Aura. Bow Aimbot. This module automatically aims your bow so that you can't miss your shots. Overall, the PvP modules work, but they lack settings. Impact definitely can't compete with modern Crystal PvP clients. Before we get into the utility hacks offered by Impact, I'd like to take a quick break and remind you all to smash that like button. I have never set a like goal before, but do you think we could get 500 likes on this video? Anyways, that is enough self-promotion. Let's have a look at some of the offered utility modules. Unpack. When toggled, this module will turn wooden logs into planks with a right click. Baritone. Impact comes with some very cool baritone customizations that can be very helpful for general anarchy. Riding. This module improves the behavior of rideable entities like horses, donkeys or llamas for example. Terrain. This module modifies your movement over certain terrain. You can climb ladders faster or walk through webs without slowing down. Auto Eject. This module will keep your inventory clean by automatically throwing unwanted items out. Randomizer. This module randomly switches between slots in your hotbar. This can be extremely useful for building bases with randomized textures. The default key for opening the GUI is set to the right shift key. I am personally a huge fan of how clean the Impact client GUI looks. It is easy to understand and use. While the GUI is customizable, it unfortunately lacks a lot of settings. There are no color options or other click GUI settings. Impact also offers its users a custom HUD editor. While it has a lot of modules, it lacks a lot of settings. You cannot click and drag modules anywhere on screen, and the modules have predefined locations. While it looks good by default, I personally prefer having the option to move the modules anywhere of my liking. Unfortunately, like previously mentioned, their Discord server was terminated. This means the only other way to contact the devs is through one of their linked social media accounts. Thankfully, they have linked a GitHub page where users can report issues, though this in itself is not very helpful because the client last received an update well over a year ago at the time of making this video. In conclusion, I like the Impact client. It was ahead of its time, and in my opinion, it is still a great choice as a utility client. But if you are looking for a PvP client, you will be better off with one of the other clients I have reviewed. I really hope the client devs return to the project someday. I'd love to see more updates and improvements on the client, sometime in the hopefully near future. A more customizable HUD editor and improvements to the PvP modules would go a long way. Thank you so much for watching to the end of my video. I really appreciate your time. Before you leave, remember to vote for next week's episode of C.C.O with the link in the description. Seeing as you're all still here, I assume you enjoyed the video, so please consider leaving a like and maybe even subscribing. I've also recently made a KiLAB Gaming memberships area on my channel, so be sure to check out the benefits with the join button. Quick shout out to my members for all of their support. Without them, I would not be able to try new paid for clients. Anyways, it has been your boy KiLAB. Peace in the Middle East.